I really wanted to colorware my Switch with a classic Famicom theme. The way I mocked it up was kind of the opposite of what I ended up with. But with a price tag of $500 goddamn dollars and a 2-month wait time on even a brand new one, this was the next best thing. This is the Bass Top DIY replacement shelf for the Nintendo Switch, and let me tell you, what a pain in the ass. At only $35, I figured, hey, why not? It's a cheap way to spice up my Switch, and I don't even have to paint anything. I knew going into this that the risk of damage to the Switch itself was virtually non-existent. However, the Joy-Cons could very easily be damaged in the process. I was prepared to sacrifice my Joy-Cons if I had to, and guess what? I broke both of them. Heed my warning. If you decide you want to get one of these casings for yourself, be prepared to kiss your Joy-Cons goodbye. It'd be nice if you had extras laying around. This is a very difficult procedure. I ran into a ton of problems. The whole process took me 3 days. It only should have taken me about an hour or two, but the setbacks just kept piling up, and I'll get to those. I would consider this a very light gloss finish. It's definitely very plasticky, but so is the original Switch hardware. The most important thing to me is that everything feels very solid. This does not feel cheap. The kickstand has a weird click to it now, but that's it. It still works just fine. I am very satisfied with the overall build quality. The logo on the back is pretty terrible. It makes the whole device feel like a knockoff. And mine is off center. I'm hoping I can scrape it off and replace it with a white Switch decal, or if I'm lucky, maybe I can find a similar gold color. Those decals are pretty cheap on eBay. Now that I look at it, the gold in the logo isn't even the same gold. It's darker. Enough about the stupid logo. I love the color of the Joy-Cons. It's not too flashy. It's mostly matte, but just glossy enough to make it pop. For some weird reason, the space between the shoulder buttons is tan? I'm not sure why that is. You can replace that piece with a piece from whatever color Joy-Con you have now if you think that might look better. The Bass Top kit comes in a variety of colors, but I picked the Famicom one because that's the one that I wanted before I even knew this kit existed. Also, the other ones don't really look too great. I'll make an exception to the new transparent ones though. A nice throwback to the transparent colors you might have seen from the N64 or the Game Boy Color. One of these sets is literally just the Splatoon colors, so why not just buy the Splatoon Joy-Cons? It'll save you a lot of hassle. You have the option to just purchase the backplate and not the Joy-Con casings, which is easy mode. This set does not include tools or instructions, except for this little tiny piece of paper warning you not to screw that screw too tight. So you better not screw that screw too tight. I'll link the YouTube tutorial that I use in the card right here, but before you rush over there, let me tell you that she put the home button in sideways. Make sure you put it on the right way. This kit does come with replacement buttons, but the Famicom never had colored buttons, and I think the regular black ones look better, so those are staying. Before you start, you're going to definitely need a place to store your screws, tweezers to handle all the tiny ribbon cables, a small Phillips head screwdriver, a size 0 tri-tip screwdriver, and possibly a rubber band. Why a rubber band? Well, the screws on the Switch itself are super easy to strip. I was worried about stripping them with the little tiny tri-tip screwdriver that came with the mini dock casing kit from a few videos ago. I tried to make it work, but that failed. So I ran out to Micro Center to get the iFixit tool kit to make sure I didn't screw this up. Turns out, it did the same thing. These screws are on pretty damn good. So all I really needed the whole time was a rubber band. The screws came right out, but hey, at least I have a cool new toolkit. It also comes with a bunch of Y tips, so I had all my bases covered. But all we need for this is the Y0, or the Tri-0. These are all the screw holes on your Switch. It's a fairly simple process. There are some parts on the inside of the cover that you have to transfer over to the new casing, but all in all, this was not difficult. If all you want to do is change your back cover, I'm all for it. The Joy-Cons though, my God. I got the left one in no problem, or so I thought. I also thought that would be the harder one. Hopefully that's the hard one. It was not. The right Joy-Con gave me a ton of problems.
You smegging.
First, I ripped the extremely delicate and tiny clamp off of this ribbon cable connector.
Oh.
It needed something to keep it held down. I had no hot glue, so I used bookbinding glue. Don't do this. It did not work. I also had a hard time getting all the buttons to feel right. Some weren't pressing. In all the assembly and disassembly, this connection still wasn't working, and I decided to run out and get hot glue. So that's trip number 2 now. Much more assembly and disassembly trying to get the buttons to feel right, and the ribbon cable for the trigger to work. I made everything so much worse, and I completely broke off the switch for the right trigger.
Sure. I go a day early, so I'm back on my list.
Yeah.
You know, I almost called this pure carelessness on my part, but no. The only way to get that trigger in there is to snap it in place. I snapped it in, and it knocked off the switch. Anyway, I tried to salvage it to no avail. It felt like it was gonna work for a while, but everything just kind of fell apart. So I gave up and ran to GameStop, trip number 3, and got just the right Joy-Con. Swapped those innards out, paying special attention to that one little tiny delicate switch, and it worked perfectly. Except for the left Joy-Con. This whole time it would work, except when you dock it into the Switch itself. It wouldn't register a connection. It would only work in wireless mode.
Why?
I narrowed it down to this ribbon cable because that's where the connection is, but it didn't look damaged at all. I tried cleaning the connectors, still nothing. So, you guessed it, trip number 4 to GameStop, got another left Joy-Con, took only that one piece out and slapped it into the new gold controller, and...
Oh, thank God!
Is all this trouble worth the look? No. It's cool, it's not that cool. Plus, this whole situation ended up costing me 2 Joy-Cons and a whole bunch of tools that I guess I really didn't end up needing anyway. Still cheaper than the colorware Switch, but you get what you pay for. If you dare, there are links in the description where you can get all of this stuff. If you're looking for a fun DIY project, this is not it. But hey, now I have a red and gold Switch to remind me of the pain I suffered through over the last 3 days. Oh yeah, and for those of you who are still like, why the red and gold? It's the colors of the Famicom, Nintendo's first real home console released in Japan. In North America, we got the NES with colors that are significantly less iconic. So this is a nice homage. It'd be really cool if Nintendo would come out with something like this, but I don't think we'd be seeing that for a really long time. I'd be happy to buy special edition Joy-Cons though. I'm happy that the Joy-Cons are detachable, so I'm not stuck with gold forever, and I'm happy that the backplate can easily be replaced. I'm also potentially eyeing a bluish, tealish backplate for that Breath of the Wild look. I could also just paint the black one that I have too. Bat's Top also has white colors, which are much easier to paint. So what do you guys think about the Famicom Nintendo Switch? Is this something that you'd want to try? Are you willing to sacrifice your Joy-Con over it? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like this video, that is ShinyCast again. Leave it in the comments below, at me on Twitter, all of this other social media garbage. A little reminder that I am selling this drawing right here on eBay. All of the proceeds for that auction will go towards hurricane relief. I know this isn't exactly Nintendo themed, but that auction ends this week, so very soon actually, so get on that if you want that. Also, I made this on twitch.tv/BobWulff, where I also make sketch cards for every single sub. I also do commissions, so if you want one of those, I can just make you one of those. But every single subscriber gets a sketch card, and this month, Twitch has half off subs. So for half off, you can get a sketch card. That deal's up until October 2nd, so subscribe to me on Twitch, get a sketch card. Also, Prime members work too. Anyway, we got new videos every single Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Wednesday nights is Wulff Den Live. Join us for a live podcast where we'll chat. And of course, the most important things that you can do is subscribe and share this video with a friend who has a Switch and maybe wants to make it look awesome. Also, good luck if you want to do this yourself. And I am not doing this for anybody. Don't comment. I will not do this for you. Some people are going to ask that. It is a definite no. Thank you guys very much. Have yourselves a very good week.